Hi, Darren Mangum here, the PPM attorney, securities lawyer, law firm of Mangum and Associates. Today's video, I wanted to chat about some exciting new developments in the world of securities law. I know securities law is a super exciting topic. That's why I put out these videos for super exciting stuff. But when it comes to raising capital, obviously you want to abide by the rules and do it the right way. Obviously, having been practicing for the past 20 years, that's my job, and our law firm's job is to make sure that happens. But some exciting new developments. The SEC recently has proposed a pretty broad overhaul of all the securities exemptions in an effort to try to harmonize the various differences and disparities in the securities laws. Obviously, as all these videos have been talking about the differences between Regulation D and Regulation A and Regulation Crowdfunding and different avenues to go about raising capital. And, part of the task is to try to, maintain compliance while staying within those bounds. Obviously, the Jobs Act back in 2012 was a huge step forward in encouraging capital formation. Again, these recent new proposed rules, and in fact, I'm going to post a link in the description below, so you can go and read those rules. Also, I'll provide a link to a video that the SEC put out that summarizes some of those changes, but some of the key takeaways, and these are proposed rules. I mean, these are not finalized yet, so there's going to be a comment period, 60-day comment period, and then after that, the SEC may just go ahead and decide to adopt these rules as the law of the land going forward, or obviously they can certainly take some of these off the table. Anyway, these are proposed rules, and so obviously for the latest, please, again, you can feel free to reach out to me to ask these updates. But I wanted to highlight a few key important areas. Number one, regulation crowdfunding. Regulation crowdfunding heretofore has been just limited to $1 million, really not utilized by a lot of companies raising serious capital. They're proposing to bump that to $5 million, which is a significant jump. Allowing up to $5 million to be raised under crowdfunding definitely is a game changer in my opinion. A lot of companies found that the $1 million limitation was just too not enough, right, to really get in the game. Now that's been raised. The other proposal is that accredited investors can participate directly in a regulation crowdfunding offering. What's going on right now, I think I've talked about it on a couple other videos, is that we'll structure what we call concurrent or side-by-side offerings, where you have an offering that is issued to accredited investors only under, say, Rule 506C, and then you have another offerings that's available under regulation crowdfunding to non-accredited investors. And again, you're capped at that $1 million. And so basically we're offering two offerings at the same time, which can be a little more expensive as far as compliance goes. But again, these rule changes are being put in place to try to streamline those. So you can say, hey, we're going to have one offering under regulation crowdfunding, and that's going to be available to accredited investors only up to $5 million, again, which is a big deal. Again, you're still limited to going through the portal. And so sometimes, again, if $5 million is still not enough, then certainly Rule 506C is still available. And so obviously we'll probably continue to do side-by-side offerings, because again, once you cap out that, again, right now it's $1,070,000. If this change goes into effect, it'll be bumped up to $5 million. But again, a lot of our clients are raising anywhere from 10, 20, $30 million, and so they'll probably still rely upon the old rules. Now, as far as it comes to bigger offerings, they're proposing Obviously, Regulation A, they're looking at Regulation A again as far as extending that. Recently Regulation A was revamped to allow you to raise up to $50 million. Now they're bumping that up to $75 million. A lot larger companies are going to obviously take advantage of that as well. And so, anyway, yeah, the proposed rules have a lot of different changes. There's now opportunities for real estate funds to utilize regulation crowdfunding, and so I think it definitely a game changer. I mean, as far as the securities world that I live in every day. Again, which is a positive step. I mean, the SEC catches a lot of flack. I mean, they're state regulators. We like to bash them for making it too hard for the small to medium-sized companies to raise capital. But again, I think that it's another step in the right direction when it comes to streamlining these rules, making it very clear as to what again, enabling the capital formation while protecting investors is the balancing act, right? So anyway, as these rules continue to be evaluated and implemented, we're certainly your partner and standing with you side by side and making sure it's done properly and correctly. And so if we can help you navigate some of these new rule changes, again, feel free to reach out. My contact information is down below. Again, if this is a helpful video, we encourage you to subscribe, like, and share. Anyway, thank you for watching.